tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello! Okay, we're on. This thing is on. Hi! Welcome to the Big Brother 17 after show here on AFTERBUZZ TV. We're so excited. And I'm not doing this alone.
No.
Not at all.
Here I am. My name is Lauren Lograsso, and I am James's co-host.
Yes.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at LoloLogro and Facebook.com/Lauren Lograsso. And James, why don't you go ahead and give the fans your Twitter handle as well?
Well, first of all, I want to say she's going to be a regular host here on Big Brother on the show. I'm so excited.
I loved it so much, I couldn't resist.
I know, I'm so excited.
The show makes me so happy.
I know. You can find me at Black Hope LA. That's BLAKHOPELA on Twitter. Also, you can find me at James Lott Jr. on Facebook. And, of course, you can listen to me every Friday morning on AdrenalineRadio.com.
Ooh,
I know.
Get that adrenaline in.
Every on Friday mornings. Get your weekend going, right?
That's right.
Now, we also wanted to say hi to Johnny and to Nicholas, who couldn't be here tonight.
Our hearts go out to you. You're probably having a really tough time on vacation. Must be nice while we're here holding down the fort.
Yes, exactly. But we miss you guys completely. We do miss you guys completely. So they will be back.
Don't
worry.
fret. Don't shed a tear.
Yeah, don't worry. They will be back. We'll be a happy family.
Yeah, and Johnny's been watching like 4 hours every night of the Big Brother live feeds, so he'll have a lot of insight next week.
Yes, he will. We probably just have him talk for the first half hour, and then we'll just join in.
He probably won't even realize that we're here or that a camera's on.
He's having withdrawals, I'm sure. I'm totally sure.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Exactly. But they will be back. But tonight, you'll be with me and Lauren, and for the next however long we're going to be here, we're going to be here talking about what happened in Big Brother in the house for the last week.
Oh.
We survived our last week on Big Brother.
Hardly. So many changes happened. I feel like my brain's going to melt out of my ear.
Yeah, so we made it. So, I mean, they made it too, but we made it also.
We've really made it. We're the real victors.
Yeah, we are the real victims.
As are you guys back at home.
Exactly. You know what I'm talking about.
Do you feel like you've been through a workout, guys? This is insane. So many things have changed. My perspective has changed so much in one week.
Yes, and mine too, actually. I've had some real surprises.
Oh.
I mean, this is already just week one.
Week one.
Oh, my God. Also, we want you to also follow us on YouTube and also on iTunes. Like us, tweet us, say hi, tell us how we're doing. So far, in our last show, we're near 4,000 views.
That is so awesome. Thank you for all the support. We love you guys. Keep engaging with us. We'll engage back with you.
Exactly. We will. Thank you so much. So, let's go right in.
Let's dive in. Let's go in the deep end.
Let's dive in the deep end. Okay, so let's start with, spoiler alerts. So if you're watching this before you actually seen tonight's show, we will be giving some stuff away.
That happened in the show, but we're not going to be talking about anything that's happening outside the show or speculation, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, don't worry about that. We're just going to talk about exactly what's happening in the 3 episodes that we all watched, of course. So we're going to start with Sunday. Sunday fun day. Yes, exactly. So we had our first set of households.
We did.
Which were James and Jason. Mm-hmm. And so that was kind of good. And then we had the BB takeover, which affects the game too.
Yes.
So we had that going on, and we had a fast forward thing happen. So we had a bunch of stuff happen on Sunday.
So much was brewing in the Big Brother house. Big Brother, I just said, just so you guys know.
But I you know what's really funny?
What?
People were bugging me already.
Yeah, I wrote here, Jace is so annoying.
I see it in big letters, too.
Yeah. I wrote it.
You did?
So.
It was, I don't know how you guys feel, but it was the whole bro code thing, the long hairs.
That's what we're talking about. Like, we talked about this a little bit beforehand, but if they would have said it once to each other in a hushed tone, it would have been kind of cute and funny.
Right.
The fact that they were going back and forth and no one was laughing and no one was joining in, it was way too much.
They sure weren't. But I thought it was interesting at first because I'm thinking, okay, the 2 long haired guys, they got it. One's kind of laid back, one's kind of seemingly aggressive. Even though Austin hasn't really done anything yet, I guess. Not yet.
But he's just just got an imposing figure.
Right. So I thought them two together, okay, but then it kind of borderline on like a bromance.
I thought that they were going to make out. I'll be completely frank with you. I think that there was a little hanky-panky happening after dark. So.
Maybe after dark.
After dark. Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of...
They're in there for a long time.
But they kept doing the whole bro thing. I'm like, are you going to kill me?
Yeah.
Please stop saying it. So.
And other people were feeling the same way.
Yes, they were. And so then we had the fast forward that happened. That Phil from The Amazing Race was part of the BB Takeover, because every week they have somebody doing a BB Takeover. And so the revelation was that the two people who sat out got to choose someone else to fast forward to the next kind of set of round of game.
Which I thought was a weird way to say you're safe for this week.
Yeah, right.
Like, that literally couldn't have been a simpler idea, and I was confused for at least 5 minutes, being like, fast forward.
Fast
What are you
forward.
talking? Just say that they're safe for the week.
They're safe for the week. It could be BB Safe.
Yeah, BB Safety.
It is BB Safety. And it's like that. Make our own hashtags. Hashtag BB Safety. So it was big. So it was a fast forward, and so now you're thinking the women would stick together,
right? Because they said they were going to, and we had a lot of faith in them. We thought, all right, these ladies are sticking together. They're saying we're going to make it to the end.
Yes.
It broke up real soon.
God, I mean, so predictable. So I watched every season of the show, and it just happens every time. I was kind of shocked it happened so soon, but yeah. So Devon picks Liz. Somebody she wasn't really even talking to, or wasn't even part of her original alliance of her, Shelley, and Audrey.
It seemed like a random choice. Did you have any insight on that?
No, I couldn't figure it out.
Okay, neither could I.
Yeah, I'm like, you picked Liz, okay. And then,
I like Liz.
Yeah, Liz is fine. I have nothing against her. She's fine. But I was like, okay, and then
Liz
Vanessa.
and company, should we say.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that in a second, too. And Vanessa chose Austin.
Right. That one I really didn't get. Because he is, like we said, an imposing physical figure.
Yeah.
So she said the one thing she was worried about were the physical challenges. So why is she choosing someone that could hurt her in the physical challenges?
Well, maybe she's thinking, I'll align myself with the big guy.
Oh, to keep herself
safe. Right?
That's the only thing that makes sense. So it has to be that, right?
Yeah, because I'm thinking, you align myself with the big guy, I'll stick with him, he'll carry me forward. Maybe. Or keep him around because maybe he'll go crazy later, and I'll be okay because he'll be the crazy one.
Either way, she's safe if she picks
maybe
him.
She's thinking that.
She's a poker player, so it can't be just random. Everything is strategic for
that
her.
Actually is a good point. I'm thinking she has a really good reason this hasn't been revealed to us to why she did that with him. Because poker players, every move is...
That's an interesting thought in general. Like, I wonder how much the house guests keep to themselves, even away from the audience, away from the confessional. How much do they keep in? I think she's one of those players that we really haven't seen revealed that much, and I think it's purposeful.
Well, as you know, the last couple episodes, people were revealing too much.
Oh, God, yeah. She probably saw that and was like, I'm on lockdown.
Yes, I'm in. Well, she said at the beginning, she was like, I'm going to be really low-key and just kind of watch it. And like, let them know I'm a poker player. I'm going to just be really careful and cautious. So I think she's doing that. So I'll give it to her. That's good. And then, of course, here's the part that you like, of course. What was that part I was looking at? Austin and Jace.
Austin and Jace.
We're still doing
when
that.
they went in and talked to Devon and Audrey. That was shocking.
Yes. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, that's really interesting to do that. Okay.
Yeah, alliances are being made and broken? ? That's what my notes say.
Well, no, that's the thing. It's like people are just like, we should get together. We should do this. And all of a sudden, 2 seconds later, they're like, oh, never mind.
Right.
I'm gonna go with so and so.
No, it doesn't make any sense to me. But I mean, I'm still getting reacquainted with this game and everything. But just as a logical human being, I don't think going in and out of different alliances makes sense.
Anything you think is logical, just put it out the door.
Yeah. What's the saying? Anything can happen.
Oh, expect the unexpected. Exactly. Which means expect the illogical.
Oh, yeah. There was one other thing that I thought was really funny in this episode where Jackie and Jeff were laying in bed together.
Oh, yes.
So I write, laughing in bed together isn't a great way to make it look like you aren't close.
Yeah. I was like, hello.
They have the conversation about, like, let's just be low-key. Like, let's pretend like we're not close. And they're, like, playing with each other's hair and laying next to each other.
It's just like, who's the HA's name again? Remember he was like, who's the name? I'm like, his name's Jason.
Do your damn research, Jeff.
Right. Hello. It's all J names.
Yeah.
As in how that feels. You remember a J name. I'm like,
that's
kind of crazy.
It really is.
It is. All J names. So, like, you can't remember a J name. It's kind of, it's kind of crazy. And then Shelley and Clay flirted a little bit.
I know. They would have very cute babies if it ever came to that.
Totally.
Very symmetrical. It's just gorgeous looking. Great teeth. I support it. If Clay's not going to be with me, I support it.
I like that. Very symmetrical. I like that. Yes.
Yeah.
They would be. I never thought that before.
That's what the human eye is attracted to.
She's smart. She went to college. I just went to trade school. I'm just kidding. So now Devon is getting a little nervous. Says that Shelly's getting a little nervous, and that she wants to keep, the outer ring out there. But Devon and Clay were getting close.
Right.
So,
then Devon said, I do remember her saying that. That's part of why she chose Liz, because she didn't want to make it too obvious.
Oh, that's right.
But that would not have made it obvious.
Yes.
No one knows that alliance exists.
No.
It could have just looked like a random, choice.
Like, we know what's going on because we're watching the cameras, but
it's
they don't.
It's obvious to her, but no one else.
Right.
If you freak out about it, then it's obvious.
But then, think about it. You're in the house. I guess you're always kind of paranoid, right? Because you don't really know.
That's why I couldn't handle it.
Me neither. Sorry.
I would need so much Prozac to be in that house.
Xanax, Prozac,
just
something,
be in my bed,
Vicodin. I don't know what I can either.
IV tap.
Because it's
Come do the challenge. I can't. I'm passed out.
I'm passed. I can't do it. My legs don't work. It's just really weird because you have to really think about what do they know, what do you think they know, how they look at you.
Right. Well, now that I'm thinking that there are things that they're not even revealing to the audience, this just throws a real loop.
Right. Plus, you're always on edge. Is something new going to happen into the house? Also.
Yeah. Do you find yourself getting physically nervous about it?
Yes, I do sometimes. I mean, that's a sad or it's good.
No,
I don't know.
that's a good thing, I think, because it shows that you're empathetic.
Yes.
But I get so nervous every time they have a challenge.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when they have challenges, when they have the evictions, I'm always sitting up. I don't know if you guys do this at home. I'm always sitting up. Okay, come on. Okay, come on. Okay, come on. HOH. I'm just always I just can't relax.
Let us know if you guys are in the same boat with us on there. We'd like some moral support. We really would.
Oh my God! So people online here, they're already saying Jason annoys me too.
Yeah,
they do.
I feel bad because we'll get to it, but he had a very nice speech. In the end of the last episode we all just watched.
He did. Yes, he did. So here's the awkward moment of Big Brother, and one of the most awkward moments of Big Brother history that made me laugh. I watched it 3 times because I was DVRing it, and this is when when poor Steve walks into the room to talk to Devon. And it's they're talking about just some strategy. And I got you. Hug. Love you too, he says.
Love you too. I missed the 2.
He said 2. They actually put it on this. Love you too. And then he stops. She's like, what? He goes, nothing. And then she kind of smiles. So I don't know if he heard him or not, but he walks off so embarrassed.
It's weird that he would have skipped ahead to 2 when she didn't even say love you.
That's the most awkward moment and on the show. I was like, oh my God. I couldn't stop laughing because I've done that once, actually.
Oh, you said love you too?
To somebody once.
Oh, was it someone you were romantic with?
No.
Oh.
It was a friend. I was good friends with them.
But you weren't to that love you level
yet? Exactly. Exactly. We went to the love you stage, and it was kind of like we were having a really good conversation. At the end, I said love you too instead of bye.
But they never said love you too.
No, they didn't even say love you back or love you more.
You and Steve should start a support group.
It's a support group for love addicts. I don't know. Like love
addicts. You too addicts, actually. People who expect love but don't get it.
Exactly. That's a whole other show.
Aww.
But it's kind of funny when he did that.
Steve is sweet. That was endearing.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And actually, I like Steve. I'm kind of liking him.
I do too. He's growing on me.
Yes.
He's fun to watch.
He's a different kind of nerd than like Ian Terry and some of the others have been on the show in the past. He's a very different kind. He's really nerdy.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I was saying, I picture him sitting alone in his room being like, what's my strategy for next week, you know? And for those of you that are just listening, not watching, I put weird claw-like fingers up on my face when I was doing that, just to give you a visual. So, yeah, I like him. I think he's fun to watch. I think he's certainly a very intelligent player.
Oh, yes.
And we saw that in episode 4.
Yes, we did. Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. He's somebody to watch, actually. And now I'm kind of really watching him. After watching these last 3 episodes, I'm thinking he's somebody to really, he could get to the end.
Because he studied the game.
Yes.
In addition to being a very intelligent person, he knows what this game entails.
Right. And I think he could go far, actually.
Oh, I think he could take it to the top.
To get to the top. Mm-hmm, that's right. And so then they're getting ready for the nominations. That was the whole thing on that day, too, getting ready for nominations. Right. And because people can't keep their mouths shut, they got to tell her everything. They all decided to do pawns. Mm-hmm. Both sets decided we're going to set up pawns.
And they knew that pretty much from the episode before, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Because they really wanted to do this whole thing where Jace was going to be backdoor. See, I said backdoor last week and you guys laughed. And it's a real thing that happens on the show.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there are a couple things that when you guys were describing them, literally made no sense to me. But when seeing it in action, like for instance, the Battle of the Block, that was a very confusing concept when verbalized. But when you see it, it's like, oh, so one group of people on the block gets saved.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Right.
Back door also makes a lot of
makes
sense.
Right, makes sense. And so they decided, which I thought was interesting, starting right off the bat, they decided to get somebody strong out of the game. Because I always scream at the TV, I don't know if you guys do that at home too, every season I'm like, okay, we can kind of see what the 4 or 5 strong players are. Let's get them out first.
Right.
And they never do.
And it was good for this one because he was a double header. He was strong and annoying.
Yeah.
So, strongly annoying.
Strongly annoying. I like that. He's like strong and annoying. Yes, he was a double, triple threat of sorts because he was kind of also.
But he was sweet too. Yes. So we do have some love for the man.
Yes, we do. It's so yeah. He's. That's why I want to say again. Jason annoys me. Okay.
Yeah.
We kind of got that idea. Okay.
Definitely.
So yes, and so they decided. First of all, I do want to mention because I like things aesthetically pleasing. I like the new boxes, the key boxes. They were like silver and white, and they're really cutesy and kind of like slick. I
don't notice enough things, so I'll try to open my eyes.
Yeah, open your eyes next time. Look at them, and the whole because there's 2 little boxes, and the table was kind of cute too, little designs in it.
The whole house is looking fabulous.
Yeah, it is.
Whoever designs it, good job.
Yeah.
You know, you're doing your job well.
Doing your job, and so I notice all kinds of stuff. I don't know how many people out there notice everything.
I'm sure a lot of people do.
Yeah, I think they do, but I'm just a stickler for stuff like that. And so they have the first nomination ceremony. So Jason pulls John and Becky.
Yes.
Now, John, of course, our dentist, our loud dentist.
Oh,
You're liking him now.
Well, you know what? He's growing on me for some reason, guys. I don't know. He's not so bad. He doesn't know how loud his voice is, okay? But he was more under the radar. And in comparison to some of the other people we've seen in the past couple episodes, he was just, a fly on the wall.
Oh, you guys, is he growing on you guys?
A loud fly, but he was a fly.
Yeah, loud fly.
He wasn't biting anyone.
He was just buzzing around loud. Those big horse flies.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he was like. But he wasn't biting any horses or humans.
No, he wasn't. But yeah. And maybe watch I end up liking him next. I'm like, oh my, I love John.
I don't love him, but I don't think he's so bad. I think he's just like a 7-year-old trapped in a 27-year-old's body.
Okay.
And I can't hate him for that.
I like that description. That's possibly okay. And then James names Steve and Jackie, which we had a feeling Jackie would be up anyway.
Right, because she had already a kinship with Jeff. So people were thinking she might be a threat because she has that relationship.
Right. And then Steve, they put him up, of course. But of course, they all kind of use the guise of, I don't really know you, haven't got a connection with you. Remember I mentioned that last week, too. People will do things like, well, I don't really know you, so you're up.
Right. Which is a great excuse.
I guess so.
It's a fabulous excuse.
I don't know you, so you're nominated.
Right. I mean, at least it's probably honest. What do you think?
Well, it must be hard because there's 16 of you all the same time in a house. I mean, how do you get to know everybody, I guess? I mean, how does that work?
I don't know. I just have to talk to people. What's that?
I mean, that does work, but I mean, it's just like a lot of people. I don't know.
It is. It's too many to get to know all of them
at once.
In a very deep interpersonal way.
In 2 or 3 days, I think. So I guess it's honest.
It's honest, yeah. Hopefully.
Right.
If not, they're great liars.
Yeah, well, we've seen some of that on the show. But the whole thing is, it was all about pawns. So it was like either set that gets off the block, it was like, it wasn't going to really matter. It was going to matter later when it comes to the power of veto competition. That was going to be the part. Because as you know, Battle of Block and this whole backdooring thing, everything has to line up. In order for it to be successful.
Right.
There are too many variables. That's what makes me nervous. Backdooring is so weird because it could totally. I know.
Sorry.
I know. It is weird. I don't mean
to think dirty.
It's a family show.
It is weird.
Oops.
Oopsie daisies. Okay, I want to talk for a minute about Becky, though, and how offended she got by the pawn thing. Because she knew going in.
I know.
Jason talked to her.
He did.
And then she got so upset, like he had murdered her family.
She was in cold blood.
You're gonna pay for that.
Yes, I did.
It was insane.
Yeah,
which I understand. Down. It's never a good feeling to be. She probably didn't think it was actually going to happen, right? That's the only thing that explains why she got so upset.
And also too, if she's watched the show before, pawns have gone home.
Right.
Again, it has to line up. For a whole backdoor situation, it has to line up, and then people are like, "You're just a pawn, you're just a pawn," and then of course anything can happen day to day in the house too.
Right, she could have done something to piss someone off.
Exactly, and people will change in a dime.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, no,
only
next.
one thin dime. That's all it takes.
It's just one dime. That's
Their
it.
cheap day.
Yes, exactly. And people will change, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, you're out.
Well, we saw kind of how that would happen with Audrey this episode.
Let's talk about Audrey.
Let's give Audrey a little bit of chatter.
Oh my God, let's talk about Audrey.
Okay, she started out an early favorite with us,
Yes.
and I think with the audience at large, we were all really on board with her, with what she was doing for the transgendered community.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Yes.
But girl went crazy this episode.
Cray.
Cray, Audrey.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I was writing notes on these episodes, trying to be a good AFTERBUZZer,
Yes.
and I wrote by accident twice, Audrey is acting a fool. Then right underneath it, I go, Audrey is acting a fool, and I didn't even realize it until after I'd done it. So she was acting a fool.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she was.
Pulling people out of their beds in the night.
I was so disappointed, actually, in Audrey's performance.
I was too, because like you're a smart woman. You were going to keep the girls together. Then
Yes.
you got in this other cool alliance with James and Jason.
Yeah.
You should have kept it at that. Why did we have to wake people in the night and bring them into the HOH room?
I know. I didn't get it either. And what's funny is later when they had, and this wasn't on the show, of course, but this was in some of the feeds, and we can talk about this because people have posted it. They had a house meeting. Devon called a house meeting and called out Audrey. And it went bizarre. It was like, Audrey, you said this. She was like denying everything. She's like, no, I never said. I
They
just
had a
did
meeting
this.
because I knew we both commented on the fact that she talked to a camera.
Yes. Oh, Devon was like, and this is
I was
my
like,
commentary.
who is she talking to?
Me
And
too.
I'm like, oh, it's a camera.
It's a camera. It's like, oh,
She's
okay.
like, Audrey, I want you to know I see you. I see you.
Yes, and I was like, okay, girl. I still love her, of course.
Did she go up to Clay too and tell him that Audrey was playing them both?
Yeah.
But that was good.
No, the thing about Devon so far, she's walking the line. She's kind of like, I want to tell people that I'm honest and real, and that whatever I say in front of you, I say behind your back. Which I kind of like that. It can backfire sometimes too, because if she gets too angry,
Which we should talk about a little breakdown.
Let's talk about a breakdown.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about a breakdown. We can talk about things within those 2 episodes. So,
Right.
Yes. So she had a breakdown over. Okay. So as we all know, there are competitions that come up later, and usually they are counting competitions, very visual competitions where you have to, like, there are 5 chairs, and how many chairs were in the house? There are 5, that kind of stuff.
Right.
So she decided to kind of walk around the house and count things.
Get a leg up.
Get leg up. She's like, I'm going to study some stuff just in case it comes up in the next competitions. And she walked by with Shelly, Clay, and there's someone else.
Jeff.
And Jeff. They were in the room. And so then all of a sudden, Jeff, because Jeff went crazy, And so she just walks by and goes into his room, just kind of looks in there, and he's like, and they're like, Shelly, I knew it was Shelly who said it first. It was like, go see what she's doing. What is she doing in there? Let's go see what she's doing. And Jeff kind of just opened the door, and she was standing right there.
Right. And she felt like she was being spied on.
Yes. And he's like, what's going on? She's like, just walking around. It's like, you're in my room. You made me nervous because you're in my room.
And she's like, well, I have a right to be here just as much as you. We all live in this house. It's fair game.
Right.
And then
Then she was done.
things got awkward.
Yeah, she was done. She went upstairs.
So done. She went upstairs, got very upset. They had a little altercation, her and Jeff downstairs, right?
A little bit, but he didn't come upstairs.
He came upstairs to apologize, but her and Jeff had a little altercation downstairs.
Yeah, a little
he
bit.
could tell there was tension enough to go up there and be like, oh, what's going on? So she goes upstairs and starts talking to, was it James? Was he there? Or was it just Jason?
I think it was just Jason. I think.
Jason and Audrey.
Yes.
And telling them everything that happened.
Right.
And then in comes Jeff.
Yes.
To apologize. He wants to make things right.
She wasn't buying it. She was like, okay, next.
Yeah, I know you're just trying to cover yourself.
Right.
Get out.
Right.
Move on with your life.
Right.
So.
But then Audrey goes downstairs.
Stir in the pot, Audrey. Just stir in the pot
I know,
right
it's like,
up.
girl, just stay upstairs with her and confront and console her. Why'd you have to go downstairs and then talk to Clay and them?
This is the beginning of her demise in this episode. She didn't get a demise, but like her demise in my heart.
She's still there. It made us like her less.
Yeah, because I didn't trust her anymore.
No.
And Devon, she shared the same sentiment.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
But her and Clay were kind of close.
Right, and I think her and Clay can still work it out. I don't think it's too late for them.
No.
It's not irreparable damage.
But Devon had a breakdown, started crying.
Yeah.
Which I was shocked.
Right, because this is the part where I'm like, she's taking it too personally.
Yes.
The action wasn't right. Jeff and Shelly and Clay should have left her alone because she had a right to be in that room.
Yeah, right.
And there's so much time on those people's hands.
Yeah,
they can do
they
whatever
doing
they
anything.
want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like she was digging through people's stuff.
No, exactly, right.
She was just walking.
Right.
So that's fine. But it wasn't right for them to act that way toward her. But it also wasn't right for her to take it that personally.
Yeah, she went a little too...
They were just being paranoid.
Yeah.
She should have just been like, okay, crazy, and
Right.
moved on.
Yeah, right.
Because then she made herself look crazy.
Right, because she actually has great sound bites. She's really good at the comebacks. She said she has some fun
She's
comebacks.
very enjoyable to watch.
Right.
But don't create drama with someone else. Don't
Right.
start a fight the first week,
Right.
you know?
Or just say, I'm counting stuff.
Right. Or just, and when they say, like, what are you doing? Like, why, you're making me nervous in the room. I'm like, I'm counting stuff. Like, chill out.
Right.
We all live here.
Yeah.
You can be calm and be honest and upfront with someone, but not take it so personal.
Yes.
So
we had her crying, Becky crying. People are crying already.
Becky. Well, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot who she was
we
for
told
a
her a
minute.
second. Yeah. Miss Colorado. Yeah, so they were so we have people crying already. It's like first week and people are crying
Yeah.
already.
Oh, yeah.
Over stuff that, like you said, nothing that's that big. It should be crying.
No, it's not that big of a deal. No one means it
Right.
personally. They're just
But then I
saying
also look at it as you're stuck in a house together with no TV.
So you
I'd be
think that
crying
you just
too.
get more emotional?
No
Just to give
TV,
yourself something to do.
No phone.
I think I'll cry now.
I think I'll cry. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe that's what. Maybe they
That
just feel
could
like
be it.
Maybe it brings the emotions up.
Well, when all you have to rely on are working out, swimming in a pool, they have board games?
Oh yeah, they do. I think they do.
They do?
They have chess.
Okay, chess.
I know for sure.
And human interaction. That probably would make one cry. That's not a lot.
Actually,
And then
sounds
some
fun
people
now.
are eating nothing
Right.
for a week.
Oh, well, here's the thing. They brought us the slop.
Yeah, what did they call that? The unfortunate ones?
Yes, unfortunate ones. Yes, the slop and the dentist chair.
Yeah.
I was so
there.
glad I brought the slop back. It was so funny, and the containers that came in and everything.
My roommate's on a diet right now, so he's like, it just looks like oatmeal to me. It doesn't look that bad. I'm like, you need to start eating more.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's not a way to lose weight.
No.
And apparently it's disgusting.
I wonder what it tastes like. I wish we could get a little sample in here and eat it on the air.
CBS?
CBS?
Can you send us over a bucket of slop?
samples? Just some slop samples.
Because, for me, if I could put an egg in it or some cheese,
Right.
you can always make it
Well,
taste
didn't they
good.
say, like, how can we season this up? Because I was wondering, do they have access to seasonings? Because then it's not that bad. Sure, girl.
He does, like, sugar make it better or
Yeah,
syrup.
absolutely.
I know, like this
Sugar
oatmeal.
makes everything better. If American culture knows one thing, it's this.
Exactly. I'm like, that's a good question. I don't know if they had, like, seasonings.
They said something about... Oh, I just threw a pen. Whoops. They said something about it, though.
Yeah.
They did.
Yes, they did. So I don't know, but I'm glad they brought it back. It's kind of funny. And the have-nots, of course.
Right.
The dentist chairs. John was, like, at home,
He's
wasn't
like, this is just my domain. I want it here. Sorry for our sound people.
Yeah,
they
no,
probably
sorry,
just
sorry, guys.
blast out their ears.
They're like-
But think of how the people on Big Brother feel every time John steps onto the screen.
Yeah, he was so excited when he saw this. He's like, I can do
That's
this.
what made me like him, though, because he
God.
was so childlike in that moment. He's like, I know what to do here.
Well, they were fancy dentist chairs, actually. I mean,
Yeah.
kind of from what they're, and cold showers. That would suck.
That would suck. It would make me want to get clean really fast.
Do they have a bathtub in there?
I don't know. Why? Do you think they can take warm baths?
I was thinking cold bath. No, I was thinking cold bath. Let it get room temperature. Let's sit for a little bit.
Oh.
And just soak in the tub.
James.
I know. I'm thinking-
Brilliance. Brilliance.
I'm all about showers and baths, so I love that.
That's not a bad idea. If the hot water ever runs out in my apartment, I'm going to do that.
You should.
Thank you.
Let it sit room temperature for maybe an hour or so. Get room temperature.
Just jump in there.
And you can
Scrub
do
a dub-dub.
Yeah, because you can do room temperature.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We can deal with that.
We can
We're
do-
strong humans.
I'm not that strong, but yeah. So that's nice. So yes, we had that, and then the Battle of the Block happened. Mm-hmm. Which I like the Battle of the Block. Some folks
It
don't
looks
like it.
so hard.
It looks very hard, but I like it. I like this whole new twist of making them work extra hard
Right.
to stay in the house.
So I have a question because
Yes.
when I used to do it, when I used to watch it back in the day,
Yes.
there only used to be one head of
Yes,
household.
exactly.
So this is a different thing entirely. Now, was there ever a season where there were two head of households, two people up on the block, and no one got off the block, and none of the head of households were deleted?
Delete it. Like, we're on computer time. Delete. Control-Alt-Delete. That's a really good question. I think there have been. They did a twist where they had two head of households.
Okay.
A few seasons back.
And both of them stayed head of households.
Yeah, I think
through
so.
The week.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
And I think and that was it. I don't think. But I think somebody went home. I think that was the whole thing. But I don't.
Otherwise, they always have Battle of the Block. Okay.
The Battle of the Block's the last couple seasons.
Yeah.
So
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the problem? It just adds more content to the show. There's nothing not to like.
I totally agree. And it seems like the people behind the scenes love creating these games, these challenges.
I want that job. How do I get the job of being the game creator for Big Brother?
Because they were sitting in a room just like, okay, let's see if we can throw in sticks to the wall. Beams. Okay, got it. Things shooting goo at them. Got it. They must just think of all the craziest stuff and say, that's a game. Got it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it must be the most fun job.
Yes. And this one was a wrecking ball.
Yeah, Miley Cyrus style.
Miley Cyrus style, wrecking ball and a beam. I mean, it's. Yeah.
I didn't fully understand this game, I'll be honest, but I knew what was happening, but I didn't really know why.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think there's ever a reason,
once again, logic and asking why. They don't go with Big Brother. Just sit back and enjoy it.
Okay.
That's what it is. Go, okay, just be pretty.
All right.
You do that very well. So.
Oh, James.
Of course.
You too.
Well,
Right
thank
back
you.
at you.
Thank you. I like that. So the ones who win, which I was completely shocked, were Becky and John.
No, I actually wasn't shocked about this.
Okay.
Because I knew Becky was so angry when she got picked.
She was angry.
She said, well, you know what? Next week, Jason's going to pay when I'm head of household. So she was using that anger and that vengeance to push her through and make her win.
You're right.
And she is a very fit woman.
Yes, she's from Colorado. She's fit, and she's in good shape.
She's been hiking mountains. This little wrecking ball's nothing to her.
She goes, I wonder if she's ever been to, really miles high up, because, Colorado, all those high mountains and cities, like Denver.
I'm sure she has.
Yeah,
I'm sure she's used to the altitude. The altitude of standing on that thing. What was that thing?
It's like,
and then they had to jump on the other thing and put the blocks there.
Yes, but they made it work for it, and they got taken off, which means they were safe, and that Jason went back into the pool, which of course he knew he was safe.
Right.
He knew. Him and Jason, they worked it all out, and so far he's not really doing anything to really annoy anybody. He's taking care. He's just kind of
right. He had a little thing with Becky, and then. Well, Jace didn't like him, obviously.
Well, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. But other than that,
he doesn't count.
Yeah, he doesn't count. Other than that, it was fine. So, Steve and oh my God, one blank. Who's the other person? It was Steve and oh my God, one blank on what's her name?
Steve.
Jackie. Steve and Jackie are still on the block. I went blank all of a sudden on them. So they're still on the block, but the plan still is to get rid of Jace.
Yes.
That's still the plan.
Still the plan. We're holding true.
So the basic thing is, James has his little alliance. Again, alliances. Alliances breaking, putting together, broken. They're together. Jason's going to go out. So it's about the power of veto. So we're all ready. So we already know that the two nominees are going to go against it. And
at a household.
And then they pick people. Of course, each person picks a person. So we have, who did it all? So it is
Jackie.
Yes.
Steve,
Becky, John, which was
Jason.
kind of funny. Right, it was kind of funny. Jason. So
and James.
So they were all in the veto competition.
And they had to spell words.
Yes, which I love that one, actually.
That was such a weird competition. I liked it too, but it was like
the longest word.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
the longest word with the most points.
With the most points. So it's like a 2-3-fold game.
It's kind of like a Scrabble situation.
Not less than Scrabble.
Yeah, Scrabble can be fun.
So they had to do that. So they had to go take one letter at a time. Just to make sure the time
that
is going.
Infuriating. I feel so bad for them when that happens.
Every competition is like one at a time. Today too. Yeah, one at a time.
So upsetting.
One at a time. It's like, okay, one at a time. So they had to spell words. I had a feeling that Steve was going to spell a good word.
I did too, because like I said, I think he's a genius.
Yes.
He's very smart. We found out also that he is a trombonist.
Trombonist, yes.
Right? That was correct, right?
Yeah, that was correct. That was the word he spelled.
And at first I thought James was going to win because he spelled a pretty long word.
He did a good word, yes.
Lifeguard, was it?
Yeah, lifeguard.
Okay. So, but trombonists win every time.
I know.
I was a trombonist in 5th grade and I didn't know how to do it, so I just moved the thing around a lot. And pretended I played by ear.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah.
Wow. See, it was meant for you.
I was the only girl. It's a very male-dominated music whole instrument. I was going to say male-dominated sport, and I realized that was absolutely not the right term.
And we're sober.
We're totally sober. You'd never believe it, but it's true.
We're just high off of Big Brother, that's all.
It's true.
It is.
Are you guys high off of Big Brother?
Come on.
Let us know.
I know you
Tweet
are.
us.
Tweet us right under YouTube. We know you are. So basically they have he wins. So Steve is going to take himself off the block. He's excited. He got it.
And he should.
He should. I like Steve. I'm going to say it 10 times. I like Steve. I'm totally rooting for him.
He's playing a good game.
He is.
Got to have respect for him at the very least.
So he's going to take himself off the block.
But through this whole thing, Audrey's been so crazy in creating like a 15-person alliance.
Yes.
So not Steve. James.
Yes.
I had to look at you to get the name. I was like,
James,
it's him.
It works.
James was like thinking for 1 minute.
Right.
Maybe we should put Audrey on because she's a troublemaker. But he decides to stick with his original intention.
Which will happen all the time. People will think, well, maybe, and then they don't.
Right. It's more of a keeping an eye on it situation.
Yeah, exactly right. He's like, we're going to watch her and see what's going on in that area, what's going on over there. Mm-hmm.
Keeping an eye on it.
Yeah, so it reminds many of us who watch the show of Devin, who, when he first came in, he was a single father, big buff guy, good looking, seemed really nice. It's like a big teddy bear, and he done went crazy. Early on, he went crazy and started making alliances, talking to people, and then going off on them when they were it just went bizarre. And her behavior this week, again, I said it before, disappointed me.
Me too. I don't know Devin that well. At all. Yeah. Just from your comments on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube. But man, I just was really rooting for Audrey, and I was sad to see her go so mad.
Yeah, she did. She literally went
mad. Put her in the Sweeney Todd loony bin.
I know. It's like, oh, come on, Audrey. We're rooting for you.
Don't make us turn on you.
Because not even just about the transgender thing. She just seemed really put together.
And she seemed like a smart player.
Right.
And she seemed like a fair player.
Yes, exactly.
She'd do everything to win, but she was going to be as fair about it as she possibly could be. And it just disappointed me this week when she started playing dirty.
I know. It's like, it's just too soon. Like we were thinking, they're playing really hard right now. And so I wonder...
They're going to get tired.
they lay around all day. They can still lay around if they're tired. There's the hammock. I always wonder... Should you come in playing hard? I always say no.
Well, I think it's like any race. You want to pace yourself.
Right. That's a smart idea. I've done a couple of marathons. That's actually a smart idea. Yeah, just come in and kind of just like, okay, see what's going on.
Right.
But then, like I said, you're in it.
Right. I have respect for it. I don't know how it will pan out yet.
Yeah.
What do you think from being such an avid watcher of Big Brother?
I noticed that a lot of times people play too hard, they burn out. They do flame out. And the ones that are kind of behind the scenes, that are playing the game, they're clearly playing the game, not the ones we always call floaters. They're just kind of like, oh, I'm here, I'd make it to the end. No, I mean, there's some people who actually are laid back, but they are kind of puppeteers, and they're kind of get their hands in things, but they watch everybody else. I mean, Derek was a great example last year of that. He was there, and then he step up later.
Right.
Once the bloodbath starts to happen, everybody's gone. The last it just gets really got it. So it gets kind of crazy towards the end. So now it's about tonight. So now if you haven't watched tonight's episode, then turn this off.
Turn that dial.
And then watch it again.
Yes, later.
And watch after you watched it. But we're going to talk about who was evicted.
Yes.
And so, but first, Jace went crazy.
Jace went crazy.
Because he went on the block. As they had all promised, he went on, and then Audrey, once again, decides to tell him everybody knew.
Why did she do that? Why would she throw everyone in the house under the bus?
Right. It was unnecessary. It was completely unnecessary.
It was so unnecessary. He already knew that.
Right.
I mean, he must have known that at least most of the people in the house knew that they wanted him out.
It was like, girl, just keep your mouth shut. Yeah. It was like Meg said, just keep your mouth shut. Just everything's going to plan.
Yeah.
It's called a back door, like for a reason. I know, it's crazy. It's supposed to be like, you don't tell anybody anything.
I was just thinking of Meg, actually. Yeah. She's just like so excited every time she talks. She's like, girl, shut up.
I know. She was hilarious. Actually, it made me laugh this time. She bugs me too, but she made me laugh. But no, she was totally, I agree with her. Like, Audrey, there was no reason for you to say anything. But she said something anyway.
Just keep it chill.
I know.
He's still in the house right now. Doesn't need to know that. He'll find out at some point if that's the truth.
And he talked to everybody. He gave an effort. He gets an A and an E and an FFFORT for effort.
That's what confused me, though, because are we allowed to jump ahead to the end yet? Okay. So what confused me was when he had his interview with Julie after he did get kicked out, and he said, I went around to all my friends and told them to vote me out so they weren't a target. Because in the images that they showed us, it totally looked like he was
fighting for his life.
Yeah. So what do you think really happened?
Then there must be off camera, not off camera, but off the TV show, probably the live feeds, and you guys can always tell us what's happening.
Please let us know if you saw that.
Then he probably may say, okay, well, I know I'm going out, so just don't do anything to hurt your game, maybe.
Okay.
Because you're right. On the show, it showed like he was talking to everyone. He made a plea to everybody to like, please keep me in.
I wonder what Austin really thought.
I don't. Well, see, when he found out there was a backdoor plan, his face was kind of like, oh. And then when he got voted out, he showed Austin, it was kind of like, oh, like.
Austin was still surprised.
Think so?
Do you think he was trying to act surprised so that Jace didn't know that he had voted him out?
Maybe.
Or do you think that Jace had come up to Austin and told him to save himself?
Ooh, maybe. They had the bro code.
Bro code.
Bro code number 570. They kept doing that all. Like, got on my nerves. But maybe that's true. Maybe they did that. Again, it was off the camera.
I would love to know that information.
I didn't get a chance to watch any of the Big Brother After Dark this week. I usually do, but I didn't get a chance to watch any this week. And usually like stuff like that gets revealed on those things. I don't watch the live feeds because I have to go to work and other things. Or else I would be all the time. I'm like, I'll just get some popcorn and some pizza, and I'll just like sit there with just drinking Diet Coke.
I think I'm going to start watching them a little bit. I'm going to spice up my life with them, but I'm not going to let it take over my life like one Jonathan Manganello.
Oh, Jonathan. Oh, we miss you. So he went to talk to everybody, and then the twin twist was revealed. Before we even do the evicted thing, the twin twist was revealed.
I was so happy. I couldn't take it anymore. And you guys, unfortunately, someone in the message board did reveal it last week, so I knew ahead of time. But it was interesting. You brought up the fact that when Liz walked into the house, she looked different. Like how I said that she looked different.
You did. You caught it early.
I caught it, but I didn't catch that it was the twin twist for some reason.
For some reason you did, but you did catch she looked different when she came out.
Her face looked clearer.
Yes.
Not as in like her face was full of acne.
Right.
She just looked like
Well, basically, so folks, if you don't know this at home, the twin twist basically is her sister Julia is an identical twin, and so they're playing the game together, and they switched 4 times so far. And they showed us all the switches, of course, and then you have like 10-15 minutes in the diary room to actually change clothes and catch each other up. It's really fast, and then they go in. So they revealed it to Jace, which was kind of funny later. It was kind of funny. So
he looked shocked.
Yes, he did look shocked.
So I guess those girls have been doing a good job.
Yeah, they did a good job. So and so they did that, and so we have our twin twist. So they get to survive 5 evictions, and then they get to play together.
I hope that happens.
Well, I mean, play in a house together but separately.
Right, so that one could still beat the other.
Yeah, one could beat the other. Right. Oh, that'd be great. Twin against twin.
Twin Twist 2. The sequel.
I love it. So Jace got voted out, of course. But the shocker was... Audrey.
Oh, yeah. I was like...
the shocker was...
You scared me, so I forgot what the shocker was. Yeah, Audrey voting for him.
Yes. So it's 12-1.
What was that about?
Right.
And then he guessed that she voted for him.
He totally guessed it. So there must have been some kind of talk or something. But them, maybe.
You think?
I don't know. It's just so random.
I thought maybe he just thought Audrey's such a liar that maybe she would just do the exact opposite thing of what everyone else thought she would do. Oh. But then he still said the sweetest thing, and I thought he really redeemed himself with Julie. And he was like, I love all those guys in the house. I wish them well. And, they're playing a game. They're playing a good game. I support them. Audrey's a good girl. We're still close. I still, hope the best for her.
He was very classy.
He was very classy.
Very classy.
It was almost like the house drugged him into being the most extreme version of himself. And when he exited, he was released and became just a down-to-earth guy.
Yes. Okay. So it was kind of crazy. So it was like, so that it. So for our last few moments here, basically, he's out. First HouseGuest out. Come on our show. Come on, Jace. Come on our show.
Come on, Jace.
Come on, we'll talk to you.
We like you. We think you're a real nice guy in your heart.
Yes, we do. And so Kathy Griffin, the BB Takeover, was announced. Yes. And the BB Takeover was that a telephone will appear. And then she'll be calling throughout the week, I guess. And the 7th person picks up the phone, the 7th call, I guess we call it. They can keep 3 people from voting in the next eviction.
That is a nice little tool.
Because what if you're the one who's up for nomination? They could totally work for you.
Yeah.
You can't vote. You can't vote. You can't vote.
Next.
That's why I'm like, I think it's a great...
But they didn't reveal that to the HouseGuests, right? We only know that.
Yeah, we only know that. Yeah. So I'm like, but that's something that's going to be really interesting to see when they finally reveal that.
And they've never done that one on the show before, correct?
No.
Wow. Interesting.
No, that's a whole new thing. And they had a households.
HOH.
They did a ginger fever. I love good ginge.
My whole family's gingers. Besides me, I'm the freak in my family.
Wow, yeah. You're the recessive gene.
I guess. Welcome.
But Becky and Shelley win.
Yes.
The women's.
Good. Now we got 2 girls up there.
Yes.
Last week was 2 guys. Now it's 2 girls. Gender equality, folks. It's happening on Big Brother. This is a good thing.
It doesn't happen in real life, but in Big Brother, it does happen.
Listen, Big Brother, they can be an example for our society at large.
That's kind of scary. That's really scary.
Julie Chen is pulling all the strings in this country.
She is. With her slick back hair tonight. I was like, you go, girl.
Julie Chen is looking hot. Whoever did her blowout, give me a call.
Yes. Her whole... I didn't really. But her last couple episodes, she looks really good.
She looks so good.
I know.
I'm very into her.
She's stepping it up for the nighttime audience.
Absolutely. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you, Julie.
We appreciate The View.
Thank you. Ooh,
or should we say The Talk?
Yeah, that's our rival show. So that was the week that was, our first week in Big Brother.
I feel like there's something else I want to say. Oh, I was just surprised at how fast they put together the puzzles.
Yeah, they did run fast.
Yeah,
actually.
especially because they, again, had to pick one
by
piece
one.
at a time.
And Dave Vaughn kept getting caught. She was like, I can't get it out. And so she didn't win, of course. But yeah, I was like, I love my girl, Inglewood.
I love it when she kept saying, the Inglewood inside of me is coming out tonight.
That's right. I'm like, I say it all the time. I live in Inglewood. I say it all the time. No, I don't. But anyway, so that was the week that was. So right now, as we're leaving it, Jace is out. BB Takeover is happening this week. Becky and Shelly are the heads of Household. HOH. So, that was I can't believe that's over. That's it.
I feel like I've climbed a mountain and come back down again.
Like you're in Colorado. Like Becky.
Like I'm in Rado.
In Rado. Martin says that.
Oh my gosh.
So where can they find you, Miss Thing?
Oh, well, do we want to do predictions?
I don't think we have time.
Oh, we don't have time? No time for predictions. So
I think we do.
You guys can predict with us later on the web.
Please. Yeah, please tell us on YouTube. So we'll talk to you. We'll do predictions on there.
Absolutely. But you can find me at Logro on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook.com/Lauren Lograsso.
And you can find me at Black Hope LA on Twitter, James Lott Jr. on Facebook, and again, you can listen to me every Friday morning on AdrenalineRadio.com.
Do it.
So this was another edition of BB17 After Show. We love you guys. Thanks for watching. Please share it, like us, YouTube, iTunes, everything. And we'll see you next time.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only, do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.